The last time I was to do that. Good evening and welcome. I'm going to call the regular meeting of the Nevada City Public Arts Commission to order. Today is Wednesday, May 26th, and it's 5:32 p.m. I'd like to ask Commissioner Arianes to read the land acknowledgement.
We acknowledge that the Nisenan people are still here among us today, though nearly invisible. We understand that we are on Nisenan land that was never ceded, and the original tribal families have yet to recover from the near genocide of their people. As a resident or visitor in Nisenan land, we support the Nevada City Rancheria Nisenan tribe in efforts to stabilize their people, as well as their campaign to restore federal recognition.
Thank you. Can we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Madam Deputy City Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Maskell,
Here.
Commissioner Ariana,
Here.
Commissioner Wilcox-Barnes is absent, Commissioner Arbeck,
Here.
Commissioner Clark,
Here.
Vice Chair Harney,
Here.
Chair Negrete.
Here. Okay, so we have no presentations tonight, so we'll move to public comment, government code section, and I apologize, I've been losing my voice the last couple of days, so bear with me. 54954.3 provides that any member of the public may address the commission on any matter not on the agenda that's within the subject matter jurisdiction of the commission. The Brown Act, with limited exceptions, does not allow the commission or staff to discuss issues brought forth under public comment. The commission cannot take action on non-agenda items. Concerns may be referred to staff or placed on a future agenda. Please note that comments from the public will also be taken on each agenda item at the time it's heard. Speakers must adhere to the meeting procedures identified above. Do we have any public comment? Okay, then we'll be moving on to the consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. Before we take action on the consent calendar, we will hear any public comment on consent calendar items only. Do we have any public comment on a consent item? Okay, so I'm looking for a motion and second to approve the consent calendar.
I motion for the consent calendar.
I second that.
Okay, so I have a motion by Commissioner Arbex and a second by Commissioner Arianes. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Maskell,
Aye.
Commissioner Ariana,
Aye.
Commissioner Arbeck,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Aye.
Vice Chair Harney,
Aye.
Chair Negrete.
Aye. All right, so we're moving on to item 1 in business, consideration of selection of City Hall Art Meets the Public gallery submissions for the June 2026 exhibit. And City Manager Carrie Wright will be presenting this.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for the flexibility with the motion that you guys made at the previous meeting, because it allowed us to have the conversations with the Arts Council and Hannah and be able to be flexible. And then Mara and Magdala were able to provide kind of counsel and feedback along the way. And it was helpful that you had somewhat done things a little bit differently each time, so I didn't feel obligated to try to stick with a very linear process. Where we are today is we received, and it's in the staff report that you can read, but we received 79 pieces of artwork from 22 different artists. Apparently I mistyped an email address, so apologies for that. So we don't have scores from one of our individuals. But what we did is, or what I did was sent a scoring sheet and a link to the document that Hannah had created from the Arts Council. It was super helpful because you could scroll around and look. And then the scoring sheet asks you to pick kind of the top one per artist, a second one per artist, with the idea that it would be great to get a piece from every single artist if we could. And then I asked for kind of your top 3 artists in case that wasn't gonna work. A lot of you didn't always supply your top artists, so there wasn't really consensus on kind of your overall favorite artists or the people that you thought would maybe need an additional piece, or we could pick additional pieces. But it happens that overall, and I found this from the past, but I did not find the software or whatever they used to showcase the hung show. So we don't have that, but I'm confident that, oh, thank you. I'm confident because we do have 536 inches of linear space, and then we have artwork that is 332 inches. Now, obviously, you might want to space them out differently, but that's with every single piece or that's one piece per artist. That accounts for the sculpture. It accounts for spaces in between, so I feel confident if the commission wanted to go with one piece per artist, we would have a nice show. And then we can just kind of be there if that's what we wanted to do. And then we did create a PowerPoint with your selections pre-loaded. There were a couple of artists where there wasn't a clear direction. I think we might only have one tie because as scores came in, we're breaking ties. So we can go through the different selections, and if you guys are good with that, we can move on. There's 2 other items to consider. One, we do have artwork from Osborne and I'm almost there. I was getting there. At Miners Foundry, it's a seasonal. So they have you've seen them. So we got a picture of the summer one. So if we wanted to include that, we could. We also don't have a name, and so I don't know if you brought your postcards from the show that is being launched. I have one up on my desk. I don't think I brought it with me, but
I'll text Hannah to bring postcards. But yeah, Lavender Glow is the
yeah,
title.
Lavender Glow. So probably want to stay away from that, so they have their own identity. People don't kind of get confused and have our own show name. So there's some. At the end of the slideshow, there's some just suggestions for getting us started. But with that, I think we could move, that's why you walked over here, so that I would have
Control.
So the first piece is by Jade Ann. There was only one piece there, so that one was the top score. Rebecca Blanton, so this was the top photograph selected. Renzo Cheney. If you guys know any of the names and I'm pronouncing them wrong, let me know. Carol De Brasi? Wing Song in the Morning Mist. That one was a close call. There were several, so it was like I had to go to your seconds, and then kind of. So that one was. We can look at more if you want to. This one will be a little bit of a struggle for us in textiles. Textiles make me a little bit nervous. We do have, I guess, one pedestal. So we'll figure it out. I'll talk to the artists and make sure that we can accommodate this and they're okay with it not being behind glass of some sort, because that wouldn't be able to be accommodated. D. Fritz. This is one where there was kind of an even split. So I don't know if you guys want to discuss this one and you prefer the one on the left, the one on the right. If there's any, you want Shannon, who's seeing these for the first time, to be able to pick.
Shannon, you're gonna break the tie.
That's good, that's great. In real time, we should
Are
do
we
that?
discussing right now or waiting till?
We can just discuss, because if
Should
you're,
we just like pause
Yeah.
if we have something we want to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Like, as we're going through, is that a good
Sure.
process?
If you're, I guess we should, first, are you guys good with the concept of doing one piece per artist? And
Yeah.
if you're good with that, then yeah, I think we can just pause whenever you guys have a question or want to ask anything.
But we're needing to select one of these,
Yeah.
right?
Just curious if there was like any context with the trash piece of art or
I don't believe
Well,
there was any
description, you mean?
description?
There might have been a description from the artist about themselves. I don't remember a description
Yeah,
about
I
the
can
specific.
check.
Does anyone else have
Well,
weird feelings about that?
No, I
It
mean,
wasn't attached to it.
it was clarified, though, that the call to artists wasn't asking them to make art about anything specific. It was just open to queer artists, their
Beautiful.
art-making practice, whatever they wanted to submit. So that helps clarify a
you.
little bit.
Perfect, great. These are both beautiful. Anyone want to,
I love hands.
I love them together.
I like that it features like community members.
Can we have them both?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Let's
Can
take
we
'em
have 'em both?
We'll just put them on top of each other.
16 by 20, 11 by 14.
I'm fine with trying to accommodate that if you guys think that that's,
Were there
Where-
any other ones where there were multiple submissions from an artist and they tied?
there were very close calls. The as scores came in, we were able to pick one, so.
It would then potentially be the only one.
There is
where
one
there's
more.
Does that
two?
feel
No,
fair to
there's
the other
two
artists?
more.
There's two more.
Yeah.
2 more ties.
2 more ties.
Oh,
Is the intent that things are fair?
I
isn't
mean,
life supposed to be fair?
I'm not really attached to things being fair.
I think we've made decisions different for every, and
I-
part of it was based on wall space.
Right. I mean, I do think that if we're narrowing to one piece per artist, that just one artist has 2 pieces may not be the most equitable. You know, if we had room for more artists to display more, then I think that would make sense.
well, and you can do that in your motion at the end where you could say something like, we approve the selections here. In the event you need an additional piece to make the layout work really well, please move to the second scored piece of the artist. I mean, we could do something like that. So there's a little bit more flexibility.
Does anyone else want to like lend their voice to hands versus faces?
I voted for both.
Yeah, exactly. I voted for
I think the pans were my number 1, but the flourishing was my number 2, so.
Yeah.
Same.
If I have to choose one, I would choose hands, but I would
Okay.
prefer to have both.
Softening,
Softening is fine
but
with me.
flourishing if we can.
There you
Okay.
go.
That works.
Yeah.
This is a little hard to see on the black, but it would be, there was several of this type. Any comments?
That one was the highest.
Yeah,
bid
it was,
score.
it was universal.
Okay,
Oh,
almost.
almost.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Nice. So this one was where it was kind of even split all the way across.
Oh, across those 3 pieces?
Yeah.
I'm trying to- Those are the exact 3 I voted on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fern Troll would be my number 1.
I second that motion. I love it.
But long ago is cool, that's cool. Bubble.
Does anyone else have a
I would
strong,
personally go with Seeds of Change as my number 1.
okay, in the moment right now?
Yeah, is it right now? Because I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
my
I-
number
Yeah, you
one.
don't have to
Okay.
go
Yeah,
with what.
'cause
exactly.
I really don't remember. It was tight, so
Yeah,
it doesn't, so
so-
now
Okay,
we're.
We need to
like,
break
you
that
don't-
tie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to be helpful. I like long ago.
Me too. I voted for long ago. So we have 2 long agos.
2 ferns.
2 Fern.
One seed.
Now you're going to break the tie. Long ago.
That didn't break the tie, though.
It didn't?
Yeah,
It did.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Long ago. Long ago? Cool.
These are great.
Yeah, they're fun.
Dante.
Yeah. I hope that they turn stuff in for future
Yeah, I like that one.
openings as well.
Oh, yeah.
And it says it's a wall display. I don't know how delicate it, like, I'm not quite sure. But it is a wall display, so that. Only one way
Seems
to
like
find
it's
out.
small enough,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh. California poppy. This one's quite small, so
4x5.
12 by 18, Ghost of the River. This one is, if there was a favorite artist, it was Jory Jory. We'll have to figure this one out from a security standpoint, but. This one was universal, but I think there was only one submission from the artist.
Yeah.
And this was another tie. I think it might just be composition. It's the
Right.
same.
They're both 9x12. I just like landscape orientation.
What, version 1?
The landscape
that
versus
would be
portrait.
I can
but
go with,
I
I'll
vote
go with
version
version one,
movie
yeah.
theater.
Version 1,
Okay.
movie theater style.
Yeah.
Not Instagram stories.
There you go. Yeah, right.
This one doesn't have sizes, so I don't know if when we reach out that they just print it at whatever size works.
Right.
Yeah, maybe make a request
Yeah.
based on how much space we have.
Yeah.
I really like the library show.
I'm not very helpful here because I was at both of those shows. So,
Are you in there?
Yeah, what's,
oh, okay, the Love on Stage show was beautiful because it was just their whole relationship was just gorgeous to see as they were playing music. That's why I chose that one. But the community in the library show was amazing.
Yeah, I love the idea of like the civic space art being mirrored there and in the Champ Gallery.
Yeah, how many libraries have live
Yeah, I like
concerts in them?
especially like punk rock.
It's a library show.
Library show,
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that one. Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
She's been in most of our shows.
Yeah.
This one's quite large, 30 by 40, so it'll be kind of a nice showstopper piece.
Yeah. Powerful. Beautiful. Did you say powerful together?
I think I said colorful.
Oh, okay, I said powerful.
This one again is quite small.
10 by 8.
I have this one as being a tie, am I wrong?
It started out that way and then.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Again, some security situations.
Mm-hmm.
This one is the one that had the most no vote. People didn't score it. The people that did score it, and it was the only piece submitted, but there were several people who chose not to score. They didn't say they didn't want it in the show, they just didn't score it. So I don't know if my instructions were vague, like, and if the no vote meant kind of they didn't want it, or they just didn't have an
Right.
opinion, or what?
I wasn't really sure what that meant
Okay.
about the NA, if it
Yeah.
just was saying,
Yeah,
I thought that meant no.
Yeah, I just was like, oh, it's the only one, so it's gonna be in the show.
yeah, okay.
I think
I think we
I
can
voted
include it.
NA like maybe twice before I had more context about the call to
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking from like a different theme standpoint.
Yeah.
So now having more information from Hannah, I'm like, yeah, it's good.
Okay. So we good with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was it.
Chadwood, Universal. And then Leslie Wood was the last one.
Oh, these were all tied.
I vote hands again.
Me too.
Which one?
Hands again.
And I voted Alive Together.
I did-
It's
yeah.
So cool.
that's what I would say.
I go with
Versus
the life
two-
together.
versus
And
two
the-
hands.
And the hand, I don't know.
Well, okay, so if you theme the show around hands together, those could be the two entry pieces, and that's why those two artists have two pieces in the show. And so you could pick a life together, and we take a woman of art and the other hands photography, and you put them at the front.
Yay.
I like that
I
concept.
like it too.
Yeah.
Maybe it becomes the title.
Is that going to be the
Together?
title?
I don't know, well, we're gonna talk about that
Hands,
next.
hands together.
I do
This
love
is the
those,
last.
too.
I think
Yeah,
this
Together and a
this is
woman
the
at
last one.
work.
So you want to just go ahead and choose a life together and a woman at work, and then we can move on to,
I think that
Sure.
works.
Hopefully we have enough space for everything.
Yeah.
there's several that were quite small,
Yeah.
so I think. And maybe maybe we don't have the Osborne Woods.
I would suggest that with how many pieces
Yeah.
it's looking like we have. And I think we have 3D pieces?
Yes.
Skylar's,
Jory's,
Jory's,
and
and
the-
then the ceramic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the city should have a tiny little pedestal that attaches to the wall
Yes.
that maybe one of the smaller pieces can go on.
We have a pedestal out there right now at the Moore Brothers.
I think they bought that from the Paseo.
Oh, the city did, yeah.
Yeah, and we have lots more we can either lend you guys or
Okay.
if necessary.
Okay.
I mean, if we were to just have one piece from each of those artists, would the space work with Osborne Woods? Because I do love that idea.
It's beautiful.
Huh?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Or
okay
would
to
it still be kind of tight, you think?
We could include it in a future show potentially.
Yeah.
It might not fit as well with the theme, but.
Right.
Well, we can hold and go through the discussion of the title and let the title dictate whether you have both of the pieces.
You want to discuss title first?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Because I think if you want the Osborne Woods, we should lean into kind of a little bit of the history and kind of something around there a little bit. But if you're doing the hands together, I think they
Right.
lend themselves to two separate things. So I think
Yeah.
if you pick the theme, and this is like literally just,
Ideas.
yeah, like just.
Is it weird to take a title from a piece of art? Like,
Are any of those up there? Or you mean something
no,
else?
just like whatever that
Hands together.
hands together or the, I don't remember what
Let
they
me
were
look at
called.
what the other one was called. Nope, that one was.
Was a one
Maybe
word.
it's a little too like
Yeah.
on the nose or something.
Well, maybe it's you know what, it just came to my head, and some of you are gonna be too young, but Hands Across America, like literally just popped into my head. I'm not
know that
suggesting that, but it's just like, I was like, maybe it's something else with hands, or like partnership, or supporting, or like there's other things around that hands could mean. G. Fritz is.
Does anyone have something that, like, one or two titles from that list that jump out at them with a gut feeling? Gianna, do you?
Yeah, I like the layers of place, especially like if we were to bring Osborne Woods, then it's like the different layers within different time frames and what the different contributions to place that they had, but also like what's here in place now. That's my,
Your top choice?
yeah. Or
Mira?
in the open, I like too.
Which one?
In the open.
In the open?
Yeah, I'm not having a really clear pull.
Or something beyond the list?
Come back to me.
Come back to you, okay. I'm going to go to the end, so my top.
Yeah, I go towards echoes and expressions of the words on this list. I think because the call was so open, and I actually didn't track when the pieces were made, or if they were made here, or, you know, like, I think it's open. And so those things, grounding it necessarily in place beyond the folks being here feels like we're maybe making meaning where there might not be a thread unless I went and looked at that. Whereas like the expression of folks feels like open enough. So that's why I think I orient to that of this list.
I enjoyed echoes and expressions, and this place, these voices. It felt like it resonated with the art a little bit, the type of like art that we have in a sense.
I mean, everybody is from Nevada County because that was, oh, well, this is art that came from the submissions to NC Pride. Did they have, do you know if they had specific restrictions around where the
Being
artists?
local?
Yeah,
There was, right, yeah.
so local
So
to
local.
Nevada County.
They live here now.
Okay.
Echoes of place.
Echoes of place.
Oh, you're making one?
Yeah, I'm just
cool.
riffing, just freestyling here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think the way that we frame it up helps a lot, and I agree with Gianna that like it's nice to think about just Nevada County through time and the different threads that artists are climbing to be informed by one another or not, and that there is just sort of a generational thing here. I like the word echo, though.
So are you saying, but you're offering echoes in place or?
I was offering echoes of place, but I also am
Of
happy with
place.
layers of place.
Yeah, I like the word place, and I was leaning more towards belonging in place, but I could definitely see layers of place working with this show, but I'm not married to it. Is that what we say? I don't know.
Sure.
Tied to it. And echoes and expression is also nice, and the one you put together, echoes of place. I'm coming back to you, Commissioner Clark.
I'm not having like
Any?
a strong sense, so I'm happy to kind of just see where you guys end up.
So how do we want to go about making a final decision? Let Carrie make it? I'm kidding.
Well, I guess the first decision, it sounds like you're not really considering something with hands or together or something like that. So then are you eliminating that piece of it? And if you are, then you can rally around Osborne Woods piece.
How large is that piece?
I just have someone who's visiting me purchase that, and it was, if it's the same as what Heather has at the store, it's really about this big. I don't know if this is a special
It's at the
framed,
Miners Foundry, and I had them send a photo, and I did not ask them.
I think they're like
because the
16 by
prints,
20.
yeah.
But
But I don't know if there's a larger version out there.
There are
There
larger
are.
versions of that printing for sure.
And I mean, I don't know if I have just started into like, where are all these pieces? Do other people have, I mean, that's just the pieces I know of. Like maybe there's something else that someone would want to loan us, or there's a collection that I was like, oh, don't you know, so-and-so has the largest collection and there would be something perfect for it. It's just,
It's just that particular piece of art versus a specific
yeah,
numbered
yeah.
version of it and a specific size.
I think it's a really beautiful piece. I also have it on my wall.
Okay.
I think a lot of people do. I think that's cool, but it like retails in town.
Yeah,
And I don't know, does it in that way kind of like disjointed in the other things that we're doing here? You know what I mean? Like there is a place for like a retrospective or like, for
Right.
sure what you're saying,
Yeah.
people have big collections
Yeah.
and there is that, but, yeah.
The one piece that isn't made by
That was,
someone contemporary.
yeah.
So maybe it does feel a little like commercializing or a little disconnected.
Yeah, like what is the through line
Yeah.
there
Okay.
besides that, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, iconic local artist, but
Yeah.
everyone else like a contemporary who submitted and
Personally,
personally and just.
yeah, I
It's more
agree.
like the historical
Yeah, wasn't it like
context,
the-
you know?
They were a LGBTQ couple,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That was like the
Yeah.
main, like correlation with the,
Yeah,
why, because it was just like an old piece of art made by similar, basically what our theme is.
Well, and from what it arguably
Supporting.
breathed life and created the art movement in Nevada City from what I have been told and understand. So like I was thinking it would be the entrance piece that kind of explains that,
yeah.
you know?
I think giving the historical context would make, like, that's how I've envisioned, just having like that historical, like, context, you know, within the, because it fits so well in the theme. I
Yeah.
just think it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
then-
mean, in that vein, like if it is layers of place, like are we launching with Osborne Woods and having maybe a larger kind of contextual piece about who they are and then it's like
Yeah.
running into the rest of the show?
That would flow really nicely.
I like that idea.
yeah, I like that idea too.
We like that idea.
Layers of place. Great.
I'm not totally sold on including the Osborne and Woods piece personally. If I feel like we can make the curatorial decision to do that. As an artist, I think I would have liked if that was in the call. Like if like this approach of some kind that we're taking to like contextualize the pieces through that lens and through history.
Right.
But maybe it's just my opinion of wanting that aspect of.
Yeah, and that's a good point.
I don't think we all know actually what
Well,
how it
so
went out.
that is a good point. So we have Hannah here from the Arts Council, and she's the one truly like curating this exhibition at the Root Center, and the extensive amount of research and history that's going in at the Root Center is massive.
Okay.
So you're right. So maybe like, you know, because we're not really doing that extensive research and including like historical context,
You're
is
not.
it just including, well,
At the Root
at the
Center.
Root
Oh,
Center, but
okay.
here, you know, is it just like, oh, let's just include Osborne Woods without having that entire, like, there's like an advisory committee that she created to help inform the curation of the exhibition and truly extensive research. So maybe you're right. Maybe I think that is a good point. Like, maybe we just keep the artists that actually submitted and not try to,
Unless that's
Get
like the through
historic-
line, like that's the
Could be the
connection
connection.
between the two spaces and the two shows.
Right.
Would we be borrowing the piece from the Miners Foundry, or is it a city piece?
I think,
The Miners
borrowing.
Foundry is the city
Okay,
now,
okay.
but good question. I don't know that I actually,
So it'd kind of be
No,
like
if
the
we own it.
gallery putting in one of their own pieces in a sense?
huh?
So wouldn't it kind of be like this, the
City's
city
crazy
putting in
big.
a piece of art for the city gallery?
Actually, that's a good point, yes.
A little
It-
bit?
I guess I should probably check to see if we actually do own it. Well, to that, the call that went out, though, all the artists submitted through that call. So, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
they submitted through the Arts Council, so whatever went out,
What's in that container that you were just speaking to?
Well, so that historical research piece is like an additional piece of the exhibition. you
At
know,
the Root Center.
At the Root Center.
Okay.
The artists were aware that there is a historical aspect of the exhibition when they submitted.
But again, it would be a much more extensive, like, historical context at the Root Center.
Than what we would be able to do here.
And here, I think the only thing that we're actually able to do is bring the Osborne Woods, which is one vein of the history, really, like a very small vein of the history, of queer history in Nevada County.
and tied now to the city.
Right. But I like the idea that it kind of helps connect with the
Right.
art in public spaces, Lavender Glow. you
Yeah.
know.
In that context, I like it to have that thread, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with a vote or,
Yeah.
you know.
And we were thinking, what was the name that was coming through?
Layers of Place
Layers.
with that piece
Okay.
in mind.
Do you want to, so what we would need is a motion to approve the art, the name, and if you want there to be flexibility, and if there is a alternative Osborne Woods piece that comes to light that you would, and I could still use the same ad hoc committee, because maybe there's a better piece, that could be in the motion if you wanted flexibility there. And/or flexibility to use both of those additional pieces that you chose. Because right now I have in the lead for D. Fritz, Hands, that one was the top choice of the two, but we could choose the two. But for the Leslie Wood, you guys didn't really choose a lead one from a size perspective.
I think if we're including Osborne Woods, and I imagine that piece is kind of like medium to large, we should probably just pick one from, I'm feeling a little
That's-
concerned about
yeah,
space.
yeah,
And
right.
I mean, I don't like to crowd art. We of
Right.
course can stack things and get creative, but.
I would rather not as
Yeah.
well. So then we would need to go back to.
And choose one from
and choose one from
Woods.
Leslie Wood.
Let me get
And, you know, I think it's important to note, like, what we can amplify through narrative support too, and if we are like expressly naming queer culture and that it is Pride Month and that there is, like, that is happening and it's the first Nevada City Pride Parade, like, I think that we should be thinking about that, the story that the pieces tell. in
Yeah.
that regard too.
And also thinking of people coming and seeing the art from outside of our community. Like,
Yeah.
we might all be aware of Osborne Woods and familiar with, but the idea that people will be coming here from other places.
Yeah.
Who like haven't seen it in person and. down
Right,
here,
or
you
don't
know.
even know
Exactly.
anything about the history here.
And I imagine that can be woven into the theme sign as well as the little informative placard that goes with the piece. Yeah.
That'd be great.
It's not this one, right? This,
No,
this one
It's
is,
the last one. Leslie Wood is the very last.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, a life together
that's what I go with.
feels
Fitting.
fitting,
It's very fitting.
and I like it. Me too.
All those in favor? No. But are we, is that okay?
I
Okay,
move to
great.
approve the art.
No. Before we go to, if we're done, are we done with discussion around this?
Did we need, was there another artist we needed to
No.
select one?
No.
That was Fritz.
Stop sharing.
The heck?
Stop sharing. Sure.
Is it, then we can open this up to public comment? So is there any public comment on this agenda item?
Hello, I'm Adam. I live on Long Street. I was just going to suggest everybody involved look up a great article that Paul Mattson wrote years ago about Osborne Woods that the Union printed. It's a brief article, but a great introduction to their work and life and how much they impacted our city. Thank you very much for the important work you do.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, so I'm looking for a motion and a second to select the chosen art for the June 2026 Champ Gallery exhibit,
And the name,
and the name
Layers.
Layers of Change.
please.
Place, what? Wait, what was the name?
Layers of place.
Oh, Layers of Change, okay. Whichever. Layers of Place. And what, did we need to add to the motion, anything about the adding in the Osborne piece?
Flexibility around which piece potentially, if more were located?
Giving the ad hoc committee
Yeah.
flexibility about, okay. So, looking for a motion and a second.
To repeat all of that?
Okay, so am I moving? I'm moving.
Motion
Oh,
to approve the art for the Layers of Place exhibition at Champ Gallery and give the committee flexibility to choose another Osborne piece.
Woo.
I second.
Wait. Wait, okay, I can just choose between the two of you? Okay. I have a motion by Commissioner McDella and a second by Commissioner Clark. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Maskell,
Aye.
Commissioner Ariana,
Aye.
Commissioner Arbeck,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Aye.
Vice Chair Harney,
Aye.
Chair Negrete.
Aye. Great.
Yay.
Okay, so we are moving on to item number 2, consideration of a possible public art project on the side of Cyril's Sidewalk project, and consideration of alternative implementation strategy for music-themed public art, presented by City Manager Carrie Wright.
Yes, but also want to give credit to Bethany Celio, our community development technician, who was very helpful in basically writing the staff report and doing all of the research. So wanted to basically give you an overview of, as I onboard into about 65 days now, and kind of coordinating with staff on some things that might not have aligned correctly. They've been able to bring me up to date. So we do have an amazing project. There was this idea presented that we would include art in public projects. And one of the ideas was including some music and not just like in my head, I see music notes, but Bethany was able to share, a more in-depth that, and then the mayor as well, that if they're walking along the sidewalk, maybe they could play a tune. So the Public Works project proceeded, but the accompanying art didn't necessarily proceed at the same rate. So now we're getting ready to award the public project, and we're not really there yet with the art piece. So I know that we also engaged with Commissioner Harney, I think just recently, about the notes. So if you have context or background information that you'd like to share, that would be great. One of the questions that we started to ask ourselves is if we are including art, then maybe we should be including an artist who would then be paid for the work versus just representational art. So some of the ideas, and it's outlined in the staff report. I do not have a, that's nice to see my sideways face on the screen. I do not have a PowerPoint, but it goes through pretty much in depth the results of the research. Pretty much they did bid out the projects for implementing basic brass notes of some sort. So the construction team could place those into the sidewalk. We have not necessarily budgeted or procured any kind of designed musical notes in bronze. We did get some pricing. At this point, we're recommending that we really take a look at pausing on this, or not doing this project, and really recommending that as we incorporate, or as we go through other projects, such as we have a phase 2 at the Miners Foundry, which is an entertainment venue, that when we're ready to do that, we actually start the process quite a bit earlier and have artwork designed by an artist that then's incorporated in the overall bid package, and it's awarded as a whole part of the package. So that would mean no notes in the sidewalk for this project. Now, if the commission felt super strongly there needs to be some type of representation, what you could recommend is that staff take a recommendation with the Searles project to include the basic music notes, which is what we think we could probably accomplish, and ask council to, find the funds for that, which I will be finding the funds for that, and try and make that happen. So those are kind of like the two paths, is kind of pause, coordinate on how we do it correctly, just given some of the transitions that have happened, or try and kind of do representational music notes in some form and fashion, but it wouldn't be coming back to you for approval, so that's kind of the hard part. You would be basically approving something sight unseen.
And can we ask questions?
Yeah.
So the stamped and engraved concrete option, is that very costly?
I can ask Bethany to come up, and there was, I think the coordination part is the hard part right now with the contractor, is we're
Like the
feeling
timing
a
of-
little bit beyond, and then you have to make the molds. But there was a price for the letters per mold.
For the stamp, we didn't really get pricing. Should I come up?
That you can.
Yeah.
Hello, Commissioners. We didn't get pricing on like the stamp route, but yeah, I was emailing a little bit with Shannon about, we think it'd be cool to make it more meaningful and potentially have like a local artist participate in the design. But no, on the pricing, we were talking with Jim at All Seasons Awards, and he gave us, there's a whole catalog on, what different kinds of metal cost and the different size of letters, or if it's a custom design like a logo or a musical note, that would be different than just lettering, so.
And if we did lettering, we would have to figure out what that is, and I felt for sure we didn't have time to figure that out.
Yeah, I hate to miss the moment, but it does seem like it would be better to have more of an artist-led process and more time and more structure, because we really just had this come to us once and then never heard about it again, so.
And I think we were just like two paths. And I think it was just Bethany who's like, oh, these paths need to converge. So we're trying to at least make them converge so we come back to you and at least tell you what happened. Not ideal, but at least make you aware of how this happened and then have a better process.
And it's not something that could potentially, or it'd be very costly to do this afterward, like in the future, if we, once the cement is laid and that, yeah, it's now or never kind of thing.
And even delaying the project, we line up the projects in summer when kids are out of school and things like that, so we would gain like a couple weeks by delaying it, and I don't think we're gonna get there. But again, if you wanted to approve staff going forward with implementing the musical notes, we would then try and take that to the council with, here's brass notes at this cost, here's how many we could do, and they could be implemented.
Could you describe where exactly the sidewalk, that part of the sidewalk that we're talking about, like between which streets?
Yes.
Oh, it's between Valley Street and where Searles kind of tees into Sacramento, close to the highway overpass.
I think doing something without like a call to artists may not be the best practice, and I also feel heartbroken that we could be missing an opportunity when there's like a planning, project that's moving along. But I don't know, like I think about like, let's see if there's a visitor, right? And then there's like sightseeing that they can do. Like I'd hate for them to be brought there versus like the mosaics and Argyle Way that are made by a local artist and there's like local story, It feels a little bit like it takes the identity of our town, like away, I think a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and there's going to be limited funding to do these things, so I would
Right.
think that strategically where they're placed would be important as well, so that we're concentrating them in Seven Hills District, we're concentrating them, at a venue that's known for entertainment and things like that.
Right.
So just being
What is the retaining wall surface opportunity?
That is a small section, I believe, that we're creating a retaining wall by Sacramento Street. And Brian was saying that there's maybe a potential, it would normally just be like rock-faced, but we could not do that and make it like a smooth concrete. So an opportunity for maybe a mural or mosaic or something else instead of rock-facing.
But is that something that has a time frame in terms of, we would need to make a recommendation to city, at what point would we
I think
be?
either like having direction on if it should be smooth concrete or rock-facing. So if you do want to see something there, then maybe giving that direction. But I think that's feasible. Can double-check with Brian. But.
I think also having, as we talk about, and we'll talk more about this in June, having gone through the kind of visions and goals, policy setting things, having predetermined places where we know we want to see artwork, I think, and having a map, like more going down the lines of the master plan, I think is good. But in the meantime, creating pockets and places where we know art can go, I think is good. So suggesting that it be smooth concrete is great.
Any other thoughts about this or where you're leaning towards in terms of the sidewalk project?
Yeah, at this point, I
This
I
feels
don't feel
rushed.
like
I feel like it would cheapen
justifying
it.
the materials cost and not bringing an artist in and just throwing stuff out there is not in our best interest.
Not for how beautiful a mass majority of the art around this town is. You know, we don't need to.
Okay, I think, are we all in alignment with that? Does anyone want to, do we have any other questions before we make a motion? Because otherwise I'll open it up to public comment. Okay, open it up to public comment.
I'm Mary Morris in Nevada City. So I love Adam's idea of honoring our musicians. A perfect place would be the new retaining wall at the Miners Foundry. And you could do like a wall of fame there and put plaques with the musicians' names and maybe parts of their lyrics. And then it wouldn't even be considered art until we can get art into the historic downtown, and then maybe we can add some more colorful elements to it. And you could also have it sponsored by people, so they would pay for like the plaque for their favorite musician, because we all have our favorites, right? Jonathan Richman. Anyhow, that's my suggestion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comment? Okay, so I am, we don't need a motion
Right.
for this, but is there anything that we would like to send along to city council? I mean, if we need to make a suggestion for the
Retaining
smooth
wall.
concrete on that retaining wall, to have that
think we
option
should.
there in the future, can we send that along? Is everyone
That'll be wonderful.
good with that?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Okay.
that would lead to future opportunity,
Right.
right?
Do you
Yeah.
want to do that as a motion, and then we can incorporate it into the staff report before Friday?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, does anyone want to make a motion, or should?
The motion would be something like the Sears, we encourage the city council to take the opportunity within the project to dedicate a future space for public art through,
I move that we
Strategic, yeah.
encourage the city council to keep a space available for public art within this project that is most likely a retaining wall on Sacramento Street for future
use, yes.
I second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Negrete, a second by Commissioner Arianes. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Mathko,
Aye.
Commissioner Ariana,
Aye.
Commissioner Arbeck,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Aye.
Vice Chair Harney,
Aye.
Chair Negrete.
Aye. Cool. All right, we're going to move on to number 3, public art fee discussion. And this is going to be presented by City Manager Carrie Wright.
Yeah, so one of the pieces of feedback I feel like I've universally heard is that the art fee is too high. I thought, well, this will be the easiest thing. Really big win. We could just lower this art fee, no problem. And then I started reading all the policies. Well, I started reading the ordinance, and then I was like, I better check in with our planner. And there's a policy, and then I'm like, I don't actually understand what's happening. So here is kind of where we're at in terms of what I understand to be true. And then we've got Jessica here in case I make a mistake and need additional support. But overall, the city adopted a fee structure for public art. And then what's really great, because a lot of cities still haven't done this, they have a public art in lieu fee for developers, which would start the fund. Because I was like, how are we doing this fund? Because I had heard we're collecting fees and they go in the fund. I'm like, no, fees are for staff time. You can't do that. And I'm like, okay, well, we have a public art fund funded by the 1% of total development project cost. They can choose to put art there. They can pay us the 1%. And we have a public art, application fee. no problem, $750. Temporary art fee, and then the temporary public art fee with the special event, which I don't quite know how that works. But what I didn't understand is we also have a city-initiated public art, we have a public art policy, which was adopted by council, that is for city-initiated art on public property, but it also covers donations of art to the city on public property. And there's no fees. So then in reality, the only people being charged the $750 is private landowners who have public art in public view from the public right-of-way. So then I was like, oh, no wonder people are irritated. So I think that really probably won't take us that much time to review. And so we need to do a full fee study. Until we do a full fee study, since we somewhat, from what I can tell, maybe arbitrarily made the fee. I don't know. I don't know what the background behind it was. I don't think there's any reason why we can't change the fee for right now. And then once we do an actual fee study for all fees in the city, we would set that based on cost of time. I will tell you, city-initiated public art or donated art would actually take us a lot more time to process, because we actually have to get the city engineer, the public works superintendent, the planning department. We kind of have to get everyone involved to think through maintenance. We have to create an agreement. There's a kind of, that's actually more labor intensive than if someone on their own building wants to put a mural up. We process the application and then bring that to you guys. And that is the difference between when we talked about last time, that what are the things that go to council? Like, why do some things go to council and some things don't? Things on public property, our city-owned property, go to city council, but things that are private property, you have the decision-making authority over. So everything will come through you first regardless, and if you approve it for public, then it goes to council. So it's not that hard to understand, but it did take me a hot minute to figure it out. Did I get it? Yes. Okay. So this is a discussion and with a possible recommendation that would go to city council, and that would go probably when we take the budget, because that's when we amend the fee schedule. So you all could discuss the fees, think through them, ask any questions you have. You can wait until your next meeting if you want to recommend something. You can ask me questions and we can go back and research stuff. If you're like, no, we already know we want to charge X, then that's something that can be taken to council as we take the budget to council.
Which happens when?
The actual council adoption will happen in one of the meetings in June. We'll take the draft budget the 27th of May.
So this would be the last meeting for us before the draft?
It's the draft. We won't take the fee schedule.
Okay.
So that will go in June.
Are there questions around?
So the application fee, the idea is like there's staff processing time, there's like city is incurring stuff to like even bring it to the meeting. And the reality is, since this body convened, we've never had that happen. So whether or not the cost is prohibitive, what your building? Yeah, whether or not the cost is prohibitive or there isn't actually an appetite or there really isn't that many projects, we can't really discern. But if we were to be like, it's $0, and then we got 50 applications, then we would know. But that would suck. Is that what you're saying? Tricky.
I do think I'm guessing there's a lack of awareness about the opportunity. But
Well,
that's just
I
a
mean-
gut feeling I have.
I know of 2 artists that wanted to propose their own projects, and that fee felt like too much for an
Exactly.
application, so.
I've heard that from a solid few.
Is there also like the possibility that like maybe there's a really wealthy, private property owner that wants to propose something, this fee is no big deal, but if someone's like, I don't have the funds, but I have this great idea, could we offer like a scholarship or a fee waiver or something else on a case-by-case basis?
So fees are typically not waived because they're tied to staff time and that particular department, like water and sewer, usually somewhat pays for itself. So then the fees that come in, then we invest back into staff is how that's supposed to work. So they're kind of like however much development work permits happen is then tied to how many staff we can have. But the other thing, it doesn't have a scale, right? It didn't have, so you could do a couple of things. You could say we want to raise funds to support that, but it wouldn't be a reduction in fee for someone who can afford it. It would be something more along, here's the fee, and here's a source of funds to help pay for the fee if they qualify. That sounds complicated. I'd rather just have a lower fee. And then track as they come in, if something comes in, how long does it actually take to do it? And we're doing some of those things right now where like, okay, how long is this actually taking us to do so that we are a little bit more informed on the fees? But there is also no scale. Like, so if you have someone that wants to do an entire side of a building that, maybe we should be notifying neighbors about. There's no requirement to notify neighbors. It costs more to do a large mural versus it costs less to do a small sculpture in your front yard. So like scale might be something that could be instituted, or size.
Does the scale tamper with how long it takes staff to go through the paperwork or any of that? Because that's where I would see it making an adjustment to the price of the application, right?
Yeah.
I think I could have Jessica speak to it. I think some things are gonna be really easy. She has other, like, we're looking at scaling some other fees in her department as well, because sometimes you're just stuck with like, oh, it costs $300 and it could take her a short amount of time.
I mean, I think the larger the project, the more controversial it possibly could be. So controversy always adds time. That means we need to dig in a little deeper, do more research, potentially have multiple meetings, go back and make revisions, listen to the public. Yeah.
It seems like we need a little more time to think this through because
Right now, what is the fee for public property?
It's
$750.
No, that's
No, that's for private
For
property.
private property, it's
$750. What is it for public?
It's $0.
0.
One,
Like if we did a call to artists, or if the city was like, oh, we're gonna do this thing, yeah, that's 0.
Right,
have
and
like
it's
a-
interesting to me that it's 0 for public.
Because doesn't it still take time?
Time?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's $750 for private? It's a big difference.
Do you guys have a rough guesstimate on like
Time.
time?
Or a recommendation for what?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know what my hourly rate is. This is the problem, so I don't know. I can tell you the time, but, I mean, obviously, I get paid an hourly rate, but that's not my actual rate. So, I've processed one so far. It was Miriam's project in the Commercial Street parking lot. And that one, I would say I would need to subtract the time it took me to figure out what all these policies and ordinances were. That was just my initial learning process with it. Probably 3 to 4 hours. Because I had to do I had to come here first and then to city council. So I had to write 2 different staff reports, 2 presentations. They were similar materials. And then I had to come to the meetings, talk to Miriam,
And that would be the standard,
That's about-
more or less.
And that
like-
was an easy project,
Right.
very easy to support, yeah.
Yeah.
Could we suggest like a tiered approach? Like if you're based on scale.
Yeah.
For private public art.
Yeah.
Like, small scale, this much,
Right.
And increasing amounts for like something really massive that's gonna be very controversial and take up a lot of staff time.
I guess I'm not clear on how if there's controversy, how that changes, like, where
hard
the
to-
additional time would come
Well,
from.
it's hard to price something by what could be controversial, but the more controversial something is, it does take a lot of staff time. That doesn't necessarily, we can't just pick this is a pain in the butt project and then we just charge you more, like that doesn't, we never know what's gonna be, like it doesn't work that way. But I think on an average, we would want to like basically say, a smaller item is going to probably be less controversial because, it's in a front yard and it's a sculpture piece and, if they didn't ask, probably people wouldn't notice. If it's, the whole entire side of a building, scale tends to denote kind of controversy. If it's an entire side of a building, people are gonna have opinions about it, which is gonna take some time.
Well,
We would be doing.
We
dealing
didn't
with them.
have that for the mural. There was no additional, and I don't think there was any public comment about it at all.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, before you were here.
Which mural?
The Sarah's on the side of the Onyx.
But we had a lot of controversy with the other mural.
No, but that was a public. This was what we're talking about with the private, that had this fee associated with it, that the only one, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't this time be more centered towards like the commission though, if there is controversy?
Because we'd be dealing with.
Although I know that there's
Still
staff
staff
time that
time.
involves, like, if there's a survey that needs to go out, we understand that that's like staff, right? But there has been like projects that there's a lot of input that, and a lot of people maybe didn't want it, like community members. So it took us quite a few meetings to even discuss that, you know?
But that was public. Correct me if
Right,
I'm
but
wrong. That
just-
was not.
Just measuring like controversial projects, right?
But I think people feel more likely to that they want to have a say and opinion when we're talking about public art that is on public property versus
Right.
the Onyx wants to do a mural on their wall. There didn't seem to have anybody have anything to say.
Do we need to do public comment? Or are we still asking?
Well,
questions?
unless we're going to if we feel ready to, the next step would be to make a recommendation, then I can do public comment.
Oh, okay, well, I'm not ready to make a recommendation. Well, I guess, in the spirit of public art, like, I feel like this body's intent should be to maximize public art and the applications. I also think the staff will get better at processing applications if they have more applications. If we get one application every 2 years, it's gonna be a really clunky process where you have to relearn how to do it every time. So, what I would love to see is as low as we can go and propose it for like a pilot year. And if we find that it's not a good fit, or even a pilot quarter, I don't know how you guys are able to reevaluate that. And just like, make it go. Like, we really don't know, because if we say, it's going from 750 to 450, I don't think that's gonna be a huge incentivizer for people to apply.
Yeah.
I think we have to like really lower the barrier.
250, something
That's
like that.
kind of the
That's
number
what I
I
think
was
is
thinking.
honestly
250 to
fair.
3 at the most, kind of thing.
Or just make it match the temporary application fee and just make it like super simple. I mean, you can get so sophisticated with tiered and scaled, but if we were just like, it's $225 to apply, no matter what, that is easy. And we
Makes it a
want
lot
this
easier.
process to be easy.
Does it change with the planning commission in terms of if a project has to come to multiple planning commission meetings? Is there some additional fee that goes to the folks who are presenting it, trying to get a project approved? Or is
I
it
think
just
it's
a flat?
fee right now, right? So, that's another way to handle it. We were kind of talking about scale and controversy. If we made it a deposit to what it actually costs, we could make the deposit smaller potentially, and then we can bill if there's additional time because it turns into a controversial project and we didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah, there's some more staff time incurred for more meetings. We have to write new staff reports and
Yeah.
do new presentations and go to more meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also
if we go down the line, things like the temporary public art for special events, you guys could say, those should be handled administratively because they're so temporary. And by the time they get to the commission with the staff report, the events probably
Right.
passed. You could just say that that doesn't have to come, you know, that's not something that needs to be reviewed by you if they're gonna be in this locations, or if they're gonna be tied to events, or, I think there's a lot that can be done. I think, we're willing to try any, kind of anything in terms of making it so that it's less of a barrier, and then that way we can start, you know, more tracking our costs and figuring those things out. We're gonna do the fee study. All of those things can be done, and we can come back to you and say, well, actually, it does cost this. We need to be thinking about raising it. But given that we really haven't had that many, I'm not terribly worried about.
Right. And the one that's associated with the events, that's within the ordinance, right? So that would require an amendment to the ordinance, the public arts ordinance, or is that something within a fee
I think
schedule?
Well, now that you
Separate.
ask that, I think it's all in the ordinance, it's all in the ordinance, and the ordinance needs to be changed, and then the fee schedule needs to be changed, right?
Yeah, if it's in the, I've left it back
Yeah.
at my seat, but if it's in the ordinance, we'd have to do an ordinance amendment, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
but, I mean, it's not the end
Right.
of the world.
So are you recommending we get more information, or you present to us at a future meeting, more information in terms of the fee scheduling, what we're going to suggest to city council about the fee scheduling, but right now, maybe we could do a motion to, would it make sense to separate out the temporary, the event associated
If
one?
you guys said, you know what makes it the easiest, you tell me if this is a problem. That, you know, we would like, for the time being, the temporary public art application fee of $225 to be applicable to also the public art application, so they're both $225. That could be reworded a lot better. But if that's what you were looking for, I think that would be a simple fix. And then we come back and we review it as a commission at a later date when we have more applications. Right now, we're not getting a ton of applications. So I'd rather, like you said, get something coming in, start tracking a little bit and understanding. We can bring back more information, but I don't know what information is helpful.
Until
for
we
you.
get more.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to ask about public comment, or there's still, okay. So is there any public comment on this agenda item?
Hello, I'm Adam. I live on Long Street. I did give public comment about the Onyx project. I'm saddened that you didn't remember that.
I had to leave.
I praised the choice of Sarah Coleman as the artist and said how excited I was about the project. And now you've forgotten I ever did that.
I wasn't in the room.
Makes me wonder if you're going to forget this public comment someday, which is sobering. I've heard of a couple of people who want to do projects. I feel like there's maybe overlap with one of the ones Commissioner Clark mentioned on Zion Street, but I've also heard about residents that they were interested in putting something up. They're on the Piety Hill area. Is there, I guess this is just public comment and you can't answer my question. Here's my question anyway. Is there much of a difference between if it's a residence or if it's a business?
Is there any other public comment on this topic? Okay. Does anyone want to provide direction or create a motion?
I propose a motion that we would make the public art application fee the same as the temporary public art application fee for the time being until they come back with more information, whether that is that it needs to be higher, it's too high, or et cetera, et cetera.
The motion would need to be that we were suggesting to city council, right, versus we're deciding that, because the city council would have to approve it. So
I second.
do we need to change that
I need to
language,
reword it?
or?
I think she can word it.
Put it in the-
yeah,
okay.
Recommend to city council that we.
Do we need to move to recommend? Don't answer that.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Arianes, a second by Commissioner Arbex. Could we have a roll call?
Yes. Commissioner Mathkel?
Aye.
Commissioner Ariana?
Aye.
Commissioner Arbeck?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Vice Chair Harney?
Aye.
Chair Negrete?
Aye. All right.
Bang that gavel. That's a good one.
Then we'd be adjourned.
When I'm chair.
Got a little more to go. So item 4, election of chair and vice chair, and it doesn't say who's presenting, but I believe city
Yes.
manager.
So the process is built into the staff report. I would like to apologize to Shannon because I have it in my records of my brain that you've accepted, but just emailing someone else. They've also accepted. They've also accepted. So for you, Chair, to run the nominations, you would open the nominations for Chair, including nominations from the floor. So if at any, really the selection process and kind of the confidential emails that were sent for nominations was to streamline the process, but the actual process takes place today. So you would open the nominations for the chair, including nominations from the floor, and then you'll confirm their willingness to serve. You'll close the nominations and then call for the motion in the second. And you'll repeat that for the vice chair. We did send it out through to all of the commissioners. We did receive several nominations. Those that I believe have accepted are the chair, for the chair position are Shannon Harney, and for vice chair Gianna Arbex. So,
So I open up the nominations for chair.
Yes.
And to the public?
Nope.
No. But you said
To the floor?
To the floor.
to the floor, okay.
Yeah.
We're the floor.
You're the- Sorry.
The
okay.
horse too.
We're all in it
Public
together.
was the floor.
Yeah.
And so I guess if no one has, or does anyone have a nomination that they want to add to the mix? And then do we need an official motion to, I nominate Commissioner Harney as the next chair of the Public Arts Commission?
Nice. I second
You
that.
accept.
Oh, I accept.
Okay, then do we need a vote,
And
a
then we're
roll
gonna
call
close-
vote?
We're gonna
Okay,
close the
so-
nominations.
Close the nominations.
Yes.
And now we're going to,
Need a motion and a so now, so.
Okay, we-
Open the nominations, you open the nominations, recognize you're nominating, close the nominations, and now first and second to vote. Did that make sense?
so now we have to do the official motion, because
Vote,
Shannon,
yeah.
yeah. So I move for Commissioner Harney to be the next chair of the Public Arts Commission.
I second that.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Mathkel?
Aye.
Commissioner Ariana?
Aye.
Commissioner Arbeck?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Vice Chair Harney?
Aye.
Chair Negrete?
Aye. Okay, so now we are opening the nominations for the vice chair. Do we have any nominations from the floor?
Someone needs to nominate her officially.
I nominate Diana Arbex for vice chair. Gianna Arbex. I'm so sorry, Gianna.
Happens all the time.
Hey.
He knows my name.
And I second that nomination. Oh,
And then you confirm.
I
Okay.
accept.
okay.
And then
So
close the nomination.
nominations will be closed. So now we need a motion.
Yes.
You can move if you want.
Okay, I motion that Gianna Arbex becomes vice chair.
I second that.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Arianis, a second by Commissioner Clark. I forgot to say that the first time, I apologize. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Mathkel,
Aye.
Commissioner Ariana,
Aye.
Commissioner Arbeck,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Aye.
Vice Chair Harney,
Aye.
Chair Negrete.
Aye. And is this official at the next meeting, correct?
No, in July?
Oh, in July.
Lining up
So we
the
have one more?
terms with
Okay.
appointments.
So there is one more.
There's one more.
Okay, so that wasn't my last.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, we'll move on to commissioner and staff reports. Was there anything from staff?
Just to note that we do have the Pride flag raising on June 1st, which happens to be the day that the next art show will be open.
Cool.
So lining those things up. I think that's it.
And what day of the week is that?
I think it's a Monday.
And
I
with
think
like
it
the,
is a Monday.
Okay.
the art reception start
the
at like
Monday.
5 or?
Art
Oh.
receptions?
Will the art
Or
reception happen?
that
Well, does
same
it
day?
always happen on the,
Oh,
I
I
know
don't
that
know.
it always happens on the.
It usually happens before council.
Oh, well, I'm learning, it's on the job learning.
When is council in June? Is it the first Wednesday?
The 10th and the 24th.
So let me look at the,
Oh, is it Tuesday?
I think in my head it was lining up with the celebration for the flag raising that was happening in the evening, so then we would all be here.
That's great.
So
To me.
if there's a reception, I guess in my head we would do it, like,
A lot of people go to that.
Yeah,
okay.
as long as
Seems
it
like a
doesn't
good-
complicate the building.
I'm just looking at the calendar to make sure.
Oh, I was
Yes.
I was
first
pressing
Monday.
this button. Just by the way, I pressed this button.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
You have to, yeah, there's a technique to it, you're fine.
Okay, I pressed it a couple times, it just,
You're okay.
okay, okay.
Pretty sure you're
My
okay.
hands
Just
were
like
just
out of-
like, I'm just like, it was like, wait.
Was that your commissioner report?
She
I
paused.
need to be an interest for the chair.
Okay. Are there any, did you have anything you wanted to share?
Yeah, I spoke to Lynn from the Chamber of Commerce today, and in lieu of the art walks that they do, she was hoping that we could have the Champ Gallery be a part of the art walk, which it happens every first Friday of June, July, and August. So the next one would be June 5th. And the art walks are from 6 to 9. It could be a good opportunity to have the Champ Gallery open. We could even coordinate to have like a resident artist, like an artist that's like in the show. Maybe would want to be here talking to people. I don't know, like, but I just thought I'd bring that forth. I'm going to not be here that day. I also won't be here on the June 3rd, just FYI. So I'm glad I
But-
won't be vice chair until July. But I just thought maybe like, it would require staff time potentially, or maybe like as a commission, we could like take turns to be here for that time period. Just bringing that forth.
So we need to put it on the agenda for June is what you're asking.
How many
Well-
sidewalks are there? There's like 5, 4?
How many what? There's 3, June, July, August.
But we wouldn't the printed materials, though, for the map and all of that come out way before. So even though the June meeting would happen before the first art walk, the printed materials and the map have to be decided on before that. So we don't really have the opportunity to put that, because we can't vote on something that isn't on the agenda.
Right.
So.
We could put it in the next agenda, because then we could at least be in the July and August art walks.
But just not on the printed
Maybe not on the
material?
June. Oh, so you think the printed material for all months?
I believe that it gets printed as a whole, it covers every Friday, not just one at a
Got it.
time. I could be wrong, that's how it used to work.
Okay.
And I would be a little concerned with July 3rd from a staffing perspective.
I mean, I think it's
Right.
a great idea, I just think it would have to be something that we're working on much further in advance, so maybe
Yeah.
work with, that we work with Lynn for next year.
Yeah.
Because Fridays, the building closes at 5, right? The doors would be locked at 5
Yeah.
normally?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're technically discussing things not on the agenda now, but I get what you're saying, we don't have enough time to, which means we don't have enough time.
Right.
Okay.
I just thought I'd bring that forth, but it does seem like maybe it's too complicated because it's kind of last minute.
Next year.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind for
Yeah.
next year.
In the same vein, the painted pianos, it's not on the agenda. I guess this is my staff report. Should it be on the next agenda? When did those go out? Was that for Hot Summer Nights that we had them?
Yes,
out?
I think for Art Walk.
We had talked about the thing being to like repaint them, which I guess would require priming them and doing that.
Another call to artists.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If that ends up being administratively not feasible, can they go out?
As is? Are you familiar with the,
I don't know,
Where they are.
I do know where they are, they're at the yard. I just don't know when they, so maybe we can continue with the ad hoc committee, so you could advise me on when they went out? And if you guys know, I don't know.
I think they did go out for the Friday Art Walk. I don't, for sure, they got inaugurated during a Friday Art Walk. I can't remember if it was on the first Friday.
and it's probably on social media?
Okay.
Because I think
Yeah.
as soon as it came out, there was a post about it.
And they never come back in. I mean, until the winter time.
Once they go out,
Oh,
It's
They stay out.
low maintenance art.
okay.
they did get moved, though, I think, at least once they were moved
Look, I just want
by.
you to know, I envision pianos going down the hill.
I know.
And that's part of the process.
There's brakes on the wheels.
All right.
Or maybe they didn't have wheels. They didn't have wheels. They didn't have wheels.
No, they got moved because it's like in the full sun, but then Grayson was tuning them too,
Oh,
he works at Harwood.
oh, I thought you meant,
All right,
Different
so we'll put it on the agenda for
Okay.
June. Okay. And I'll know more.
is that the end of your staff report?
I guess so.
It doesn't have to be.
No,
I'm
it's
just
fine.
asking.
That's
Okay.
good, it's good.
Okay. Did you? have
Yeah, I
anything?
have a couple commissioner reports. The organization, the tribally guided nonprofit that I work for, representing the Nevada City Rancheria Nisenan Tribe, CHIRP, is, many of you probably received the email and the public announcement, but the public-facing identity is changing. We're doing business now as Hushwe, pronounced Hushwe. It's the Nisenan word that means wish. And just to clarify, our legal name is staying the same, tax status, EIN, leadership, mission, programs remain unchanged. This is just a part of the tribe evolving their visual identity and reclaiming their language. So now I work for Hushwe.
Cool. That's
Just
great.
wanted to remind everyone. Oh, and please visit hushwe.org if you want to learn more. And then I wanted to just name a couple awesome art exhibits going on that I'm a part of. One is at Center for the Arts, Granucci Gallery. It represents 30 years of art making through Sierra College by professors and selected alumni. It was a really wonderful opening and just amazing to see what this community and our local campus has generated over the years. Lots of different mediums, really neat. Go check that out. And then this Friday, there is a floral exhibition opening at Seven Stars Gallery. It's the backside of the Oddfellows, downtown Nevada City, 6 to 8 p.m. I'm a part of that. Lots of other local artists. It'll be a lively group. Music, food, chatting.
Is that the
drinks.
pastel ones?
Pastels?
Like the watercolor, pastel, charcoal flowers?
There's a lot of different artists, so I'm sure there's a smattering of everything.
Can you remind us when the Granucci Gallery is open to the public?
Oh, that,
Should we
there are
look
hours-
online?
Yeah, look online.
Okay.
I want to say Thursday through Sunday, like 1 to 5, or maybe Friday through Sunday. The gallery hours versus like the event hours are
Right.
different.
Okay.
Yeah. But really great mix of things in there right now.
Right. McDella, did you have anything? Okay. No? Yeah, I just wanted to mention about the new Red Dot Gallery that is opened above Treats. I do not know their schedule. Is it three local artists?
I want to more.
More than?
Four,
Okay,
five.
then I don't want to start naming them if I don't know the number. But I believe you have to go in through Treats to get there.
Upstairs.
You cannot take ice cream up there, just be aware. But, yeah, I think it's a wonderful addition to downtown Nevada City, so check out, and Red Dot Gallery, they have a Facebook and Instagram page.
Thanks for bringing that up. I really loved it.
I think that's it. Then I'm looking for a motion and a second to adjourn.
I
Or
move
we
we
can
adjourn.
There's no cookies.
Kathy's not here.
I second that motion.
Okay, so I have a motion from Commissioner Harney, a second from Commissioner Arianis. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hey, we are adjourned at 7:09.